it's so insightful, very personal. Why was now the right time then to write this?
Because, you know, my life, of course, has been very interesting. I'm getting older, and I thought, you know, now is the time while I still have everything together to write a book. It was important for me, and it was really quite relieving to get everything out.
Was it?
Really, and it was like, wow, after I finished, it was, oh, wow, I did it. And you know, I'm very proud of it, to be honest. Yes.
Well, I thought it was a fascinating read, and you cover those early years being with Elvis. Share a bit of that for us now.
Well, obviously, again, you know, being with Elvis was, you know, I was only 14 years old when we met, and we met over in Germany. My father was stationed in Germany, and this gentleman came in, and there was a place called the Eagles Club, and that was just for people in the service. It was off base. And I was there sitting down, crying actually, and writing to my friends back in Texas. I had just got there maybe a couple of weeks, and I missed them so much. I had no friends. I started school, and I was feeling sorry for myself and writing my friends. And he came over and he said, you know, I see you here, you know, a few times a week, and I see that, you know, you're crying, and I just want to know, you know, what, you know, if you're okay. And I just told him briefly that, you know, I just got here, I have no friends, and blah, blah, blah. And then he came out and he said, do you like Elvis Presley? And I said, you know, yes, you know, who doesn't? He said, well, my wife and I go over every weekend on Saturdays to visit with him, and, you know, that's when he's there on the weekends, because obviously he's in the military and he has to fulfill his job. And he said, would you like to meet him? And I said, well, yeah, I would, but I'd like to, my parents, I mean, I have to ask them first. And so he said, well, okay, and this is the Eagles Club. This is where, like I said, this is where the service people went to eat, to dine, to have, be entertained on the weekends. It was off base. And my parents came one night, and that's when he had approached them, or actually he approached them and told them about, you know, he sees me here crying, and I'd like to, you know, do you mind if I take her to meet Elvis Presley? Well, my mother at one time, when she saw him on stage, said, I wouldn't let you walk across the street to meet that man. She had to eat her words.
And then you went on to marry him.
Goodness.
Yeah,
It's extraordinary to sit here and listen to this firsthand, isn't it, really? I mean, we could talk to you for 4 hours about this, but we'll move through the book, because then, of course, you talk about your career after Elvis as well, and how it inspired you to go into acting, and you became a fantastic actress. Your role as Jenna in Dallas. Can you remember your first day on set? What was that like? Because it was a huge show.
A nervous wreck, truly. I mean, you know, this is the first time. I wasn't an actress. So, but I have to say, everyone was very, very nice and very helpful. And knowing that it was the first time, you know, that I was actually acting. Yeah. So, and in fact, I'm still friends with, you know, with a few of the people that were, you know, there for me. So, yeah, it's just kind of like easing right through. And never did I think I was going to be acting, and especially for, you know, a show that was quite so popular.
Iconic.
Yeah.
And then going on stage, that was something. To have the courage to go on stage, because it's so different. Working with film cameras is something, because you can get it wrong and do it again. You went to Wimbledon, didn't you?
I did, yes. Yeah, it was frightened. I was very frightened. But, you know...
But you were wonderful, and people adored you.
Thank you. Yeah. No, but it was a lot of fun. I have to say, I enjoyed that more than anything, doing the live show and Wimbledon. I mean, it was just... you know, I think I did it for like 4 weeks or so, and it was, I made friends, and I was so nervous at first, but all of a sudden you get into the flow, and then you really can't wait to, you know, go back and do it again and again. So it was another great experience.
And just quickly, Joanna, you know, Ab Fab, Patsy, it's based on Elvis.
Patsy adored Elvis.
Yes.
Yeah, and Patsy never really smiled, but what she did do is she put on a... Because it was just sort of a tribute to Elvis, wasn't it? You do
that very well. You must have been practicing.
Oh, Patsy practiced like mad.
Oh, listen, Priscilla's book, Softly As I Leave You, Life After Elvis, is out now and it's a great read.